What?
What is this?
What?
Water.
Congratulations.
Wow.
What's up? Here is Manuel Lettenbichler, and today we're gonna watch my winning run from Red Bull Romaniacs 2019. Red Bull Romaniacs is one of the hardest hard enduro rallies in the world. It's definitely for myself like the hardest race in the season because it's so long and so physical. We got them 5 days of riding, 1 product day, 5 off-road days where we're nearly gonna ride 6 to 8 hours every day. We have to wake up super early, so it's a brutal race, I can tell you guys. So it's definitely not an easy race, but we made it. We're gonna watch day 4. So last day, me and Alfredo Gomez have been super tight because we were battling like nearly all 4 days, and I think the gap was super small, so it was super tight racing this year going on, and everybody was on such a high level, but we made it happening. So I'm super proud of this win, like especially to win it 10 years after my dad won it. It's such a cool story, so I'm super proud to be like in the list of winning riders at Red Bull Romaniacs. So I would say let's just hit the bottom and we're gonna start, huh? Boom! Excited! Race day, start day 4. Yeah, we can see already Manuel Lettenbichler and Alfredo Gomez super tight, only 1 minute and 7 seconds gap between of us riders, so super tight racing we're going on. We're always gonna start out with the amateur riders. I remember that the first day at the beginning was quite fast, and then we came into this first proper uphill, which was insane. This section, it was super gnarly and super slippery because we had a lot of rain going on, so it was such a hard, intense first uphill, if I'm to be honest. Like the team was there, Jeff was cheering and showing me some lines, but we tried one line but it didn't work out because it was just so steep, and on camera you never see how steep it actually is. Yeah, revving the bike, looking like an amateur rider. Nah, just kidding. The team was there to help us, and yeah, there we can see how steep it is. Oh my god, just sliding away, and there was no traction, no grip at all. This was such a hard uphill, if I'm to be honest. Yup, there I'm looking like an amateur rider. 4 guys just pulling on my bike. Oh my god. Yup. So yeah, time for proper enduro style. Goggles on the back of the helmet, just to breathe a little bit better. Yeah, and always asking for the lines because I had to start out first, which was a little bit difficult, especially the last day, you know, like you have to navigate your own way and you have to find like the best lines, and if you start a little bit behind and then try to catch the other guys, it's definitely easier than starting out first and have to find like all these different lines. It was so cool to have Jeff and my dad sometimes at the track and just helping me out and just showing me some good lines and just giving me some information, advices, how much I'm in front still, how far is it until the finish. So there's my dad. He just told me I should go off the bike. Like, you guys can't imagine how slippery it was. Yes, sauber, sauber. Perfect. Oh, no crash. Oh my God, sorry guys. Yeah, I had a lot of small crashes this day because it was just so slippery, and like every side hill was super slippery, and like you felt your body, you were exhausted after 3 days of riding, and oh shit, hitting the tree pretty hard. My shoulders were sore, so you could definitely feel like the whole day and how tired I was in this moment. And you can feel every little crash. You have to lift up your bike again, and just it's exhausting for your body. Now we're coming into the ventilator. I remember this part pretty well. Alfredo was leading at this point. Like, he closed the gap, and I knew it because everybody was in this hill and I was completely on top. So I saw the other guys, but it was so hard. Like, you guys can't believe how hard it was and how much rain there was going on. Like, it was raining literally for like the last 3 hours of riding, and then they already cancelled a lot of parts of the track because it was too difficult. And then we came into this spot, and I think they just kept it to like show us one more time how hard Red Bull Romaniacs actually is. So we were pushing there a lot. Like, you literally can see the raindrops just falling down, and Teddy was behind me, and there we can see already Alfredo's coming into the screen, and I think Johnny is also in there. So me, Teddy, Alfredo, Johnny and Graham, all of 5 of us, we've been in this spot, and I saw everybody, and I was kind of a little bit stressing out, but yeah, we managed it at the end quite well. Always try to look where I'm going, you know, like, it's better sometimes you just wait and just have a look around and see, maybe there's another option, an easier way, or you have to go straight up there. So always, like, I would say I'm a pretty calm and I would say clever rider. Always thinking first and then just sending it. But yeah, this spot was insane. Yeah, couple of pivot turns in this uphill in Ventilator. I think thousands nearly. It was such a long place. Like, I was so happy when I was on top. Yeah, try to don't rev as much the bike, like, just to get as much traction as possible. And there we see already Teddy's coming into this screen. He was like 2 meters behind me. Yes, there. I was so glad, like, there were three spectators, and they helped quite a lot of riders, and I came in and they were like, yeah, okay, let's help him, because they also saw that there was just no chance to go up by our own, like, especially if there was no line, you know. At the beginning everything was super grossy and like super slippery, so they kind of helped us out. Yeah, next spot, the ramp, was after Ventilator, so I was glad when we had a little bit of like an easy ride out after Ventilator. So I was just looking around, like, my navigation showed the other way, so I listened to the track managers and they told me I have to send it up the ramp. So I think I did pretty good, to be honest. Yes, boy! Woo. Yeah. That was on point, I would say. Yeah, I was so lucky because there were so many amateur guys in there, and I was like, oh my god, where's the way around? But then I found this super nice line. Like I just had to push the like maybe 1 meter or something like this. So this was definitely a good spot and like a good line where I didn't lost so much time, because sometimes you just can lose so much time easily if you just have to go around them amateur riders. So pretty happy about this. Then we came into Wolf's Nest. Super slippery, with all them big rocks, and with the fog especially, like it was really hard to navigate at this point because we're riding on top of the mountains and it was so foggy and you can't really see sometimes the tape, you know. Normally it's, I would say Romaniacs is pretty good mark, like you still have to ride with GPS, but it's helping you a lot with the blue tapes on the trees, what we just can see right now. And yeah, it was super hard to navigate, especially on the open fields. Then we came into White Rock. I definitely can remember this spot because when we went down, I think a couple of years ago, I have to pause and have to tell you the story, guys. When we went down and a couple of years ago, me, Wade, and I think Graham, we were riding all together, and Wade was, I think, first and was coming in, and we had to go completely from the top, so it was super gnarly and super steep, and we had to go all the way down on the rock and you couldn't brake. So he had a big crash and I was on top and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go down there because it's just so steep. So the guys were there and they were like, yeah, just don't hit the brake, don't hit the brakes. And I was like, oh my god. But luckily I didn't crash. I think he broke his ribs or something like this. So definitely a hard spot, but sometimes if you go up, it's easier and you just can zigzag your way around. So it was definitely easier to go up than to go down. Okay, start again. Yeah, a little help from the spectators. Thanks, boys. Thanks a lot. That was actually Rupi, a friend of mine, just pushing me again, and I should keep going and just try to focus. So, tried my best. So we were like going off the Waste Rock into them super open fields. We can see like it's maybe the last 10 Ks or the last 20 Ks into Sibiu until the finish line area, and it's so fast, like proper fast. So we went full gas, especially with extreme suspension and extreme tires. It was super slippery. There we can see Alfredo Gomez was still 13 seconds in front in the overall time, so literally nothing. And I didn't know the time, so I was like just tried to give my best and pushed it pretty hard. Also in them open fields, like 6 gear wide open, and it's so scary. Like there was one guy who had like a big crash and like full gas, and he just slipped like 100 meters because he was going so fast. So that's such a fast track spot, if I'm to be honest, and especially if it's so slippery. It's so hard, like if you don't know the time from the other guys, like you just push until the finish is good as possible, and you're like, sometimes you risk it also a little bit, I would say, but or like I had to risk it a little bit because I was going for the lead, and if you wanna win a race like this, you definitely have to risk it sometimes. Yeah, there we can see already Sibiu, and cool spot, you know, like when you ride at this spot, you're like, ah, yeah, it's only the finish line area anymore. We made it happening, just don't crash, super important, don't crash. Yeah, and then we came into Costa Rica, finish line area, super slippery at this day, like with all this rain. Oh my god, little crash. Sorry. Little crash down there, can happen. Super tired, you know, like I was tired, but also like if you come into this area, like the people and spectators, and like you know it's maybe like 5 more minutes of riding, like you know that feeling, and it also gives you a little bit of like a push, I would say, because it's like, yeah, after I don't know 15 hours of riding, you're anyways exhausted, so you just have to pin it until the end now. Yeah, we can see this spot is so insane, like I can't understand why Martin has put it in all the years, because there's no chance to ride up there. Like we have it now in for the last I don't know how many years, and I think nobody can ride it up without help. So yo, luckily my dad Jeff was there, also the Husky team, you know, we all helped each other, which is super nice, because you know, like Alfredo was going also for the lead, so they could be like, ah, nah, we don't help you, but we helped all together, which is such a cool feeling, you know. Like I would say we're a big family in the paddock for sure. When we're gonna race, it's different, but we still help each other and respect each other so much. So definitely a cool moment in this race. I just try to hang on the handlebar. You can't imagine how it's like a 90 degrees wall. Like there's no chance. I was so happy when I was up there. Yeah, last meters going many. Yeah, my dad is giving me some advices. He told me we have to make this big step down again, which is big. Like it's maybe like 3 or 4 meters high. It's like super high. There we can see my dad down there and giving me some advices. I was like, should I ride it? Nah, I don't want to ride it. Okay, let's ride it. Luckily it went like pretty good, if I'm to be honest. Like I saw Graham's crash and he had such a big crash, so I was super happy that nothing happened to me. And also Billy had like a huge moment up there. Yeah, we're going down these big steps, and I had no idea how the time were. I was just trying to don't make any mistakes, just ride smooth. Then was coming into the finish line area, like to the main, I would say the main uphill, and like people, the crowd was amazing, you know, the weather was so shitty, and like the people just loved it. So yeah, that was good, Manny. Woo! You made this good. Oh, that was aggressive. Yeah. I decided to go second. I wasn't quite sure if second or third. And I thought, ah, yeah, it's gonna happening. No, it's not gonna happening. Oh my god, I was exhausted at this point. I think in the finish, like, it was so hard to lift the leg around the bike because they were just so tired. I was like, no, not again, not again. Kim, go on, Manny. Yeah, he's trying to motivate as much as possible, my dad. It's so cool to have him at the races and just helping me out. And at this point, I remember this. I got a little bit pissed and really stressed out because there were so many people just standing around the track and like they had no idea where to go, and they just stand in the middle of the lines. I was like, guys, go away, go away. Whew. Then another try. luckily came nearly onto this point where there was this step where some spectators helped me up. Oh my god. But to be honest, I'm getting like just excited when I'm actually watch the race again because it was such a cool moment and such a special moment for myself. So much dirt, goggle off, proper enduro style. Yes. Yes. Yeah. When I went through this arch, through this Red Bull arch, I was like, yeah, okay, Manny. Only a couple of more little uphills and then you're in the finish, and it doesn't matter if you're gonna win or not, just be in the finish. And I think like the spectators and like everybody watching there gives you like a little bit of a push, because I was definitely way more tired as I actually felt in this moment. So it's always nice to see a lot of spectators and they just cheer for you and try to give your best, and especially my dad as well, just giving me some advices and trying to show me some lines and just tell me, yeah, go on, Manny. There we already see Alfredo is coming in. He was riding really good, so he made such a strong ride at this point. Yes, that's like the last two uphills where I also actually couldn't make it the first time because I was just too fast in the first one, so I lost such a lot of speed for the second one. But I think in the second try, yeah, I made it happening. Like, nearly made it happening. Yes, Manny. Yeah, it was so hard, and it looked like super small, but it was really difficult. Yeah, Alfredo, everybody had to go up this step. And I think same team, same guys, just helping together, try to get the job done, and it's definitely a team effort. Definitely a team effort. Oh no! Oh my god! Alfredo, what are you doing? He just slipped off completely to the bottom. I think he probably couldn't make it up again. Yes, last balance thing. Romaniacs guys are always trying to build up some new stuff, and through the finish. Nice. Jeff was there and my dad was there, and I was just over the moon, like for me it didn't really matter about the result. I was just happy to be at the finish. Yeah, and then we had to wait for Alfredo. Me and Jeff had all the time to watch in his phone and checked it out. Yeah, only like 2 more minutes and then we won it, and we were like, oh my god, like my heart was beating so high and I was so nervous. And we saw Alfredo like just striding up this hill, and I knew it's maybe like 1 more minute or something like this, or maybe even less, and I didn't know that I was leading, so oh my god, he was struggling big. Like it was such a big wall, there was like no chance. He was also really tired. I think everybody was like such a hard race, such a long race, and the pace was high, but that's hard enduro, you know, everything can happen, and that's why we always try to don't make any mistakes, and you don't have to pull your bike, and just try to ride smooth, but it's hard in this situation. It's really hard. Race stress, tired after 4 days of riding, so a lot of going on in this moment. Yes, there we recognized it. Winner of Red Bull Romaniacs 2019. What an awesome feeling. Jeff, my dad, you know, best guys and important guys at the moment in my career, so it's so cool to share this win with them, because it always teamwork makes dream works. So everything came off, you know, pressure was gone. Like, I was so nervous. I was also a little bit sad for Alfredo, because he was riding also so good and he was struggling so much at the end, but I think now he made it. Nah, he doesn't make it. Oh. We also can see, you know, like if Alfredo is struggling there, we can see how steep and how hard it is, you know, like he's one of the best riders also out there, and if you struggle up there, it means that it's hard. Now, Alfredo, go on, man. Yes. He's done it. Woo. So Alfredo's coming into the finish. I remember this place pretty well. There we go. Big hug to him. He was on it. But this win was going to me. So definitely it's such a cool moment. I was so happy. I was like, yes, man, yes. Also a family affair, you know, like me and my dad win it 10 years later after my dad. It's super nice. It was so cool to share this moment with him as well, you know. There we go, on top of the box for the first time in my career in such a big race. So, cool race. Definitely a cool race. And to share the spot with them two gentlemen, it was awesome. I remember this spot when we popped the champagne. It was so hard because I nearly got arm pump of shaking it. So definitely I was exhausted and tired, but I think the other guys as well. Flatching fast made it happening. First big win in such a big race. Insane. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my watch party with you guys. It was definitely cool to share this special moment with you guys, you know, like I hope I gave you some little secret informations what the TV guys don't know, so maybe we're gonna see us next time. I know that there's, I think, more stuff coming like this, so stay tuned. Just check out all the Red Bull Motorsport channel for more action. Also the Nuts and Boltons vlog is pretty well, and yeah, we're gonna see us. Ciao guys.